Good afternoon, my name is Emmanuel George. This afternoon we'll be talking about one of the most important things in our society. It is environmental pollution. Always talking about a subject that is very, very important, which is climate change. And one of the factors that contributes to climate change is environmental pollution. With me here today, I have two gentlemen. I have Mr. Joseph and
how are you doing?
Alright, to start with, I will ask you, what do you know about environmental pollution and how is it in your region, in your country?
Environmental pollution simply means any contamination that gets to an environment to the extent that it starts affecting habitats, specifically in Nigeria, where you have a hub of crude oil. You get one of the issues they face there is oil spillage. It affects their plants, kills the fishes that we're talking about, the inhabitant. That's to tell you how bad it is, to the point where the fishes in the sea they die. The government they are trying their best, but I think they are not really doing enough to control. Most of those spillages that happened in the south part of Nigeria are mostly caused by multinationals, oil companies that come. They don't consider the adverse effects that it has on the inhabitants of those communities.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Joseph. He has spoken about water pollution in Africa. He has spoken about oil spillage, the way is water pollution. And what else can you talk about environmental pollution in other parts of Nigeria?
I would like to talk first about noise pollution. All these types of pollution are occurring in Nigeria. In Lagos, we have a lot of companies, and most of these companies, there is noise pollution from the company based on what they produce, and you hear noise of machines that are not regulated, and it's everywhere, and other noises around. So there's noise pollution in Nigeria. The air pollution, the release of smoke is very harmful to human's life, can shorten one's life. But in Nigeria, from these companies, you see smokes going into the air, dark smoke, dark thick smoke going into the air in Nigeria. This is also contributing to the short life for many citizens of Nigeria.
Alright, you spoke about water pollution in south part of Nigeria. You spoke about noise pollution in the southwest part of Nigeria. I also want us to talk about garbage disposal. Let me go to Mr. Joseph. How is it being regulated? How do people dispose garbage in Nigeria?
When you talk about garbage disposal in Nigeria, when you get to a place where they are trying to clear the drainage, just stand and look at what is coming out from those drainage. 50% of it is either can water, single-use stuff that you just drink and throw it away, because we don't really have restrictions that tells you are not supposed to drop this here. You get it's left on the hands of policymakers, because there was a governor one time that was strict on that stuff, and he was not only strict, he provided. You get, so that's the difference between the Western world and Africa. You even have different disposable cans for different waste.
Alright, because of our time, if people don't dispose it properly, it should block the drain. It could lead to environmental pollution. What do you think could be done in environments like that, in societies like that, like Nigeria, to curb this environmental pollution?
So if trashes and garbages could be controlled in United Kingdom, I believe Nigeria can also do the same. So my first recommendation is that there should be law enforcement agency that will impose this policy on every citizen. And number two, citizens should try to be disciplined. I think the government can try to organize programs like sensitization program to let the citizens know why they shouldn't just dispose their debt, their garbages anyhow, and know the importance of recycling. And lastly is that the government should try to provide, trash can, thank you, big enough where you can dispose trash or garbage.
Thank you, gentlemen. We've spoken about what environmental pollution is. We also talk about causes and how it affects people, especially in Nigeria, and also the recommendation, what we think the government and the people can do if we're in Nigeria. Do the right thing, trash debt appropriately, and we have a neat and clean environment and healthy society. Thank you once again. My name is Emmanuel George.